Hello, it's Nikki. I've got my Zafu and I'm just going to start a really short yoga practice for my morning. This is a Gita Yoga practice using the 10 sequence of poses. So please join me. I like to use a cushion or a Zafu to raise my hips sometimes, can help with sitting cross-legged, but you can extend your legs out in front or have them in any way that feels comfortable for you. So just getting comfortable and arriving in the space that you're in. And you might do that by taking your attention down to your sitting bones and grounding yourself down through your sitting bones. You might notice if you're leaning forward, and can you sit back into the support of your spine? And if the shoulders are a little high, let them drop as you lengthen up through the crown of your head, up through the breastbone, and relax a moment. And take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we're going to start with a mudra. This mudra I've created that I quite like by connecting with the earth with your fingers. And inhaling, a sense of connecting, gathering yourself and bringing your palms together. And then as you lower them down, breathing out to center, down through the midline, down through your sitting bones as you pause here and relax your shoulders. And then opening our hearts, inhaling, opening your heart, having a gentle shoulder stretch, and exhaling to return. And then on your next breath, inhale, lift up, opening your heart, your mind, and exhaling a sense of grounding here, coming back down to connect with the earth below. The next pose or exercise yoga pose is a spine twist. Do this seated cross-legged, or you can have the legs outstretched in front. Going to just start arms by the side, lengthen up through your spine, turn to the left, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, take that hand over to the right leg. Then turn to the right, lengthen up to the crown of your head. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, behind you. Using that right hand behind you like a rod as you look over your right shoulder. You might turn the left hand so the back of the hand presses into the thigh. As you lengthen up to the crown of the head, you might just draw that chin directly back to keep that length through your spine. And breathe here. Maybe you feel the breath in the right side of your chest. And then releasing head, neck, shoulders, and the arms as you turn back to the front and lengthen up. And we change. Turning to the right, inhale, right arm up. Exhale over the face to the left leg. Turning left, inhale, left arm up. Exhale behind you, using that left hand as a support, maybe changing the position of the right hand to look over your left shoulder with a couple of conscious breaths here. And then releasing head, neck, shoulders, arms as you turn to the front and lengthen up. You might even interlace the hands and lengthen through your spine further. And release. It's our spine twist. The next one is for our solar plexus center. I'm going to work in bridge. So bridge pose, we line our back and bring the heels towards your buttocks, and the knees and feet are hip width apart. The arms are flat to the floor, palms pressing down, shoulder blades drawn back a little. And you keep your head looking, your gaze looking straight up. You don't want to turn your head, as you'll see in a moment. So tilting your pelvis and lifting your hips up. And as you do, keep looking up at the sky or the ceiling as you walk your shoulder blades together for a higher lift. And you can see there's a lot of, or feel there's a lot of pressure down through the shoulders and the neck. Hence why you don't want to turn your head here. And just breathe. Breathe into your belly. You do these movements of bridge and camel poses to support emotional maturity and a steady emotional response. If it's too much for you to do this, you can work dynamically, lower down with the out breath. And then you inhale as you lift up. You might take a couple of breaths here. And then when you next breathe out, either way, slowly uncurling back down onto your mat, vertebra by vertebra. And when you've come out of bridge, bring your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug. Squeezing and releasing, squeezing, releasing, rocking a little side to side. And the next pose is for our creative glands. I'm going to work in pigeon, but I'll give you an alternative. Thread the needle where you place the ankle on the leg and work like so, or even across the front of the shin to get an openness through your hip. So either staying with that or swing your legs up and yourself to come around and come into cat or tabletop. So either in that option on your spine, or bring the right knee to slide forward. Maybe move your hands and then just move that right leg a little to the side. Maybe you can make it further and check the leg behind you is directly back. Take a breath in here and exhale as you walk your hands forward, lengthening through your spine. Option 1, make 2 fists and rest your forehead here. Option 2, bringing the forehead to the rest on the back of the hands. Or option 3, lengthening the arms and maybe the forehead comes to rest on the floor. Whichever position you're in, just check your hips, that your hips are in alignment with your mat, or if you're using a mat. So you're not just dropping onto one hip. There's this sense of alignment through the hips. And utilizing your out breath here to release through that right hip. So each time you breathe out, consciously releasing into that right hip region. Just taking a couple of good breaths here. Ideally, we want to hold this position, this pose for 45 seconds to really help release through the piriformis muscle and to be really supportive of your sciatic nerve health and flow, keeping some flex and freedom through that. And then bringing the hands under your shoulders, tuck the toe under at the back. Step back into plank if you're able, or back into cat. And then lower your knees. Release the feet, slide the left knee forward. Support that foot to just take it where's comfortable for your knee. Bring your hips to be square. Check that leg straight behind you. Breathe in and breathe out as you come forward. Choosing a position where your forehead's supported by either the fist, the back of your wrist, or the floor. There's a lot of benefit here in calming the nervous system through that gentle pressure at the forehead. Can you notice your breath in and your breath out? And again, consciously releasing a little through that left hip with each out breath. And maybe you notice one side's a little tighter than the other. Just allow that to be okay, with a little interest, but not judgment, just becoming familiar with your body. And then after your next exhalation, bring the hands once more under your shoulders, tuck the toes under at the back. This time step back into down face dog. And you might just have a little walk here with your heels, bending one knee and the other. I want to have the head between the arms and the creases of your elbows facing each other. And then both down. And then walking your hands and feet together. And just hang here. If you've got unmedicated high blood pressure, or you've got low blood pressure, you don't want to have your head below your heart, so you might come up to be like so. Otherwise, if you can hang, release your head, your neck, your shoulders, and then you might do a little bit of a figure eight with the arms side to side. Just whatever feels okay for you. And then hang freely. And walking the feet so they're as close as is comfortable for you. Bringing the hands to the right leg. You want to have the left hand on low, on underneath, and the right hand on top. Bend the left knee, so the knee where the hands aren't. And then as you inhale, take that right arm up, maybe just halfway, maybe all the way, fingers upward. And do this 2 more times. When you breathe out, lower, looking down. So 2 more times, inhale up, exhale, lower. Once more in. And out. And then hang freely again. We'll work the other side. So hands over to the left leg, right hand underneath, left on top. Bend the right leg, the other leg. And when you're ready, inhaling, arm up either halfway or all the way. And exhale. Relax your head. Inhale, follow the fingers with your gaze. And exhale. One more like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. Hang freely again. Plant your feet into the floor or the earth. Bend your knees, engage your core as you slowly uncurl back up. 1 vertebra at a time. Shoulders and then the head. And then you might interlace your hands and stretch up. And release. The next movement is a bandha. So give this a go. Heels in, toes out, bend the knees into a squat position. Hands at the hip gate, so the thumb is behind, fingers at the front. Bend your knees. We want to be leaning a fraction forward and lengthen up through the crown of your head. What we're going to do is take a full breath in into your nose and then let your breath out to your mouth and lock it out. Draw your chin towards your chest, and there's this suction-like action that happens with the belly coming in, up and under. This is called Uddiyana Banda. Tones through the digestive organ. And you need to take your breath, do that. Breathe in and then hang freely as you breathe out. Take one more breath here. And then make your way to come back up. So rest or repeat. Bending the knees, take your position. Inhale all of your breath. Let all the breath go. Lock it out, chin lock, and then stomach lift in, up and under. This Uddiyana Banda, you might even feel the ribs move out to the side a fraction. Feel some engagement through the digestive organs. Supportive of liver and pancreatic health. Breathe when you need to. And release. Hanging freely. And next, coming down into cat again. Option 1, I really like to work in this movement with bow, kneeling bow, alternate arm and leg. You're going to take the left leg out and the right arm, so opposite arm and leg. And just engage your core here. Draw your navel up towards your spine and feel that bit of a balance challenge. Bend the left knee. And then bring the right hand. If you can clasp the foot, great. If you can't, just rest it on the hip. Then push the foot away and look up. Maybe you feel the shoulder stretch. And maybe there's an awareness of the lock over the suprarenal gland on the left side. Above the kidney there. Supportive of fight, flight hormones. And then releasing. And then just drop the head around your spine in cat. And then coming back to neutral. Smile. And one more time like this. And then the other side. So right leg back, left arm. Find your balance. Bend the knee. Take the hand back. Clasping foot or just the hip. Push the foot away, look up. And breathe here. Relax your shoulders. You're doing great. And releasing. rounding the spine, and neutral once more. So the alternative to this, you can repeat that or join me to work in locust with arms out in front, bending the left knee, and take the left arm this time same side, clasp over the foot. Inhale as you lift up, use the hand as support, looking 45 degrees in front of you. So either stay here or you might lift the right hand and right leg, reach your fingers and toes, and keep breathing. And lower. Replace the foot, replace the arm and the other side. So bending right knee, take the right arm back, clasp over the foot. Inhale, come up. Either stay here or lifting left side. Relax those shoulders, and advanced move is adding a smile. And then releasing. Releasing to bring both hands under your shoulders. Push down through the hands. Shift your weight back, knees and feet together into extended child's pose. A moment of lengthening through your spine after that back bend. And a lovely breath. Feel the back of your body expand as you breathe in. And release as you breathe out. And then our Cobra. So coming up into cat. Have the knees a little bit wider, hip width or wider, the hands a little in front of your head. And then just slung Cobra, drop the hips down. And pressing forward with the chest, either looking straight ahead or maybe up to the sky or the ceiling. And then bring the head back to center, push down, shift your weight back, knees are apart, feet are together. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in as you come up, the feet come to the sides. Breathe out as you lower. Maybe just stay here. Otherwise, let the pelvis relax, shoulders relax, looking straight ahead, or if your neck allows, up. Bring the head center, breathing in and breathing out. Lengthening through your spine. You might walk the left hand over to the left side, about a couple of hands, and then bring the right hand to either be on top or just beside it and get a side stretch here. And back to center, lengthening through. And the other side, right hand over, left on top or beside. Dropping down, feeling that stretch through, particularly the left side. And center. Either slide or walk your hands back towards your knees. Have a stretch here, breathe in, smile. And breathe out to the side. Drop your hips to the sides, or to the side, legs in front. The next movement is shoulder stand or legs up. So with legs up, just fall forward on your sitting bones. Take a breath in. Exhale as you take your feet up to the ceiling, and you might bring your hands to rest under your hips and simply looking up at your feet. Or you might like to interlace the hands behind your thighs. And if you'd like the benefit of the lock over the throat, interlace the hands behind your head, just draw the chin towards your chest. So you're getting an inversion with the legs. You're getting the benefit of the lock over the throat here. The thyroid gland. So that's option one. Option two is shoulder stand. Only do shoulder stand if you've practiced this before. And again, we always look up. When you're in shoulder stand, never turn your head side to side because you're going to damage your neck. It's really not a good idea, as you'll feel. So roll forward on your sitting bones. Tighten your thighs. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, take your feet back behind you towards or into plow. Support your spine. You might walk your shoulder blades for a higher lift and then take your feet towards the ceiling. This is the full shoulder stand position. You can see there's quite a lock over my throat here. And my hands are closer to my shoulder blades, if you're watching this. The other alternative is the half position where the hands are taking more of the weight. The idea is to have the body and legs at a right angle. Less strength over that throat stretch, but more strength through the hands. So choosing what's best for you. And to come out, we take the feet back into plow. Arms along the mat, release through your shoulders, your neck, your arms, and then slowly uncurling down. You might need to bend your knees, that's absolutely fine. When you do, turn the palms up, relax your shoulders back, take a cleansing breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then from constricting the throat, we stretch in fish. Some of you might find fish quite strong, so you might just lift the chin, tilt it up to create a little bit of a stretch over the throat. Otherwise, diving the arms deep underneath the body, as straight as you can make them, shoulders back, palms flat to the floor, knees and feet close together. Push down through the elbows and forearms, lift your chest, glide onto the crown of your head. If this doesn't feel good, come out. If it feels okay, stay here, or you can extend by pushing further through the arms and lifting the chest higher to bring the head to hover clear of the floor. Noticing the stretch over your throat. Lock over the parathyroid glands here, responsible for calcium and mineral absorption. Don't hold this too long. Take the weight to the arms and just slowly come down. Slide your feet back. Release the hands and again, give yourself a hug. Squeezing and releasing. Squeezing, releasing, rocking a little side to side. And pausing, observing yourself here in a moment. And then taking your feet to the ceiling. Bring your legs down yourself to cover and around into cat. For our last position, the 10th movement, we'll work in down face dog or summit pose. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips, and feet are directly behind the knees. Our head looking directly down, tuck your toes under. Take a breath in. As you exhale, straighten your legs, travel your weight back to your heels, pushing the hips back behind you and pressing the chest down as though there's some weight down through the middle of your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Head rests between the arms. And breathe here. Again, if you have unmedicated high blood pressure or low blood pressure, you want to keep your head above your heart. So please be aware of that and look after your body and yourself. We'll just hold for a moment here. One more breath. And then slowly making your way back down into cat. Release the feet and just directly look down at your mat or the floor or the ground for a moment as you adjust from the inversion. And then coming to sit back on your heels or any comfortable upright position. Relax the shoulders, lengthen up to the crown of your head. As you gently drop the right ear towards the right side, relax that left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left side. Inhaling center. Exhale as you turn your head gently to the right. Maybe look over the right shoulder. Just listen to your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And center. Release your jaw as you drop your head gently back. Lengthen through the throat. And inhaling. And then chin towards the chest. Stretching through the back of the neck gently. And center. The sense of inwardly and upwardly aligned. You might join me by finishing with a single chant of Om. Inhaling. Om. On that side, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, the Sanskrit word for peace. And feeling that peace flow in and through your entire being. And peaceful energy radiating out into the space around you, into your interaction with others. into life, into the world, and beyond. Peace, peace, peace. And I would now continue with some pranayama practice and breath practices, which you can see other videos on. Otherwise, we're just going to finish with Surya Kriya. Inhale to open. Exhale to the heart space. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, just a gentle back bend or not. And inhale, drawing down. To exhale, plane. Feeling the ground. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that this practice serves you in balancing through your endocrine system and your nervous system and your body in general. Hope you feel good after that.